Yeah, just go ahead, yeah. Just be honest about it.
Okay, we're live, Sydney. If you want to introduce yourself and tell us who you are.
All right, my name is Sidney Jesse. I am the Operations Manager for National Property Inspection Headquarters located in Knoxville, Tennessee. And first of all, I want to thank you all for this opportunity to meet with us and to share a little bit of information. One thing I would like to do before we get started is get a little housekeeping out of the way. Of course, we brought lunch and everything, but we have a marketing team in Knoxville that has asked that we take pictures of you all before we exit this room, and I'll get a short 15-second video if nobody opposes.
That's fine.
Everybody good?
Is that okay, Joe? Joey's our broker, so
Okay.
we'll ask everything by him.
All right. Well, good deal. That's some of the housekeeping that I'll get out before we get started. If you notice, you have a booklet in front of you, and let me go ahead and say this. This booklet was printed up about 9 months ago, and we did not know 9 months ago that we were going to merge with Home Inspection Headquarters, and so not all of the inspectors are in this booklet, just the NPI guys, but we are updating this booklet, and we'll have a reprint of it with all of our inspectors' information.
And you all should have gotten their affiliate information is on our website. So it's up to date on the website, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this booklet, we put this together, like I said, 9 months ago. And after each inspection, your client receives this booklet. When they leave the home inspection, this is theirs. And in this, there's a lot of information, and Marcos will go through the information with your client after he is finished with the summary of the inspection. Now, what if a client does not attend the inspection? No problem. I've got this in a PDF format that we can email to your client so they have a copy, okay? The information in here that I'm going to talk to you about today is primarily the warranties that National Property Inspections brought to the table. One thing that I will touch base on is the merger. With the merger, Home Inspection Headquarters brought a software system that allows you as an agent and your client to get the report the same day that the inspection is done. Now, how critical is that in today's world? Okay, National Property Inspections, we did not have that software. What we did bring to the table was the warranties. There's 4 warranties in this booklet that I'm going to briefly discuss with you that your client gets at no additional cost to them. It comes with the home inspection. And they're short term. 3 of them are 90 days, 1 of them is a 5-year. And if you will turn to page 10, we will discuss the first warranty. This warranty is a 90-day. It covers mechanical and structural coverage summary. If you look on page 11, on the left-hand column, you'll see the coverages. Now, I guess a lot of people are wondering, well, what does this not cover? Let me say this. None of our warranties cover clogs in plumbing. They will not cover that. I fought tooth and claw with the warranty company, but they will not do that. They have it listed, it's in black and white, that they will not cover it.
Objects.
Yeah. One thing I will give you an example. We inspect hot water heater while we're there. Hot water heater is 6-year-old, working fine while we're there at the inspection. Your client moves in, 45 days out, hot water heater quits. Guess what? Your client's gonna get a $500 check to help replace that. That comes again at no additional cost to your client. Let's talk about the claims process. Something like that does occur. We need to file a claim. Your client don't have to reach out to you unless they choose to. They can reach out to us, to me directly, and I'll file the claim. But in that process, I will involve you as the agent. I will copy you on all the email correspondence. That way everything's above board and transparent. Okay? What they'll do The warranty company will ask for 2 quotes, 2 estimates. They can't ask for more, but they ask for a minimum of 2. Now, what I'll do is I'll file a claim. I've got all the information that I need to file. I'll send the inspection report over. Process gets started. The warranty company will then directly work with your client. I will stay in the loop, but I'm not the primary contact at that point, okay? But I'll keep everybody involved and everybody up to date on what's going on. Another situation that we filed a claim on, oven door, the glass on the inside cracked. Inspector didn't see it. Okay, we filed a claim. They paid $400 to have that glass replaced. So, but let me say this, if the appliance or fixture is over 10 years old, they will not pay. Okay, but if it's less and it's in the black and white there, that they will not cover that. Now, does anybody have any questions regarding the 90-day warranty? I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. Has anybody here ever seen a perfect house?
We wish.
Let's-
That'd be nice.
New construction or not?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Have you ever met a perfect home inspector?
Haven't met me.
Right.
What'd you say, Marcus? Let me get that on
Oh, no.
camera.
The reason I bring that up is there's no such thing as a perfect house, and I believe we all can agree to that. There's no such thing as a perfect home inspector. There's things that home inspectors, I don't care who it is, cannot see. These warranties are to help with the things that cannot be seen. Okay? If you turn to the next page, this is a 5-year platinum roof warranty. Now, let me get this out. They will not pay for full replacements. Repair coverage only. They will pay up to $3,000 over the course of 5 years. Now, here's the thing. If your client, if the roof is not leaking or anything, if it's pre-existing, they will not pay. But let's say that there's no pre-existing, 2 years, your client develops a leak, we file a claim, let's say it's gonna cost $1,500 to repair it. Okay, your client will pay a $500 deductible, and the warranty company will pick up the rest. Process is still the same. I'll file a claim, I'll keep everybody in the loop. They get 2 quotes, maybe 3 if the warranty company asks for it. Normally they just ask for 2. They've been good to work with, for me. Me and the manager are on a first name basis. He's a good guy, so I've got a good relationship with those folks. I will say this, if your client gets into a situation where it's a full replacement, some homeowner policies will cover that. And the reason I say that, I came over from insurance prior to coming to National Property Inspections, and some, not all, but some homeowner policies will pay for full replacements, depending on the circumstance. But again, the deductible's $500, the aggregate is $3,000. This covers a 5-year span, and that's pretty good at no additional cost to your client with that. Does anybody have any questions regarding the 5-year platinum roof warranty? Okay, the next one, sewer guard, on page 14 and 15. Now, I know we're eating lunch, but I'm gonna get a little personal with you.
Yay!
How many of you folks like Charmin toilet paper? Anybody using it?
I used to until I learned about this.
Okay.
Oh.
Charmin toilet paper is the worst toilet paper for older homes that there is. Anybody wanna know why? Older homes have what type?
Galvanized pipe,
They have cast iron.
cast iron, darn close.
Cast iron drain lines, okay, you take a vacant house that's been vacant for a little while, that's not had any water run through that, what happens to that cast iron on the inside? It corrodes and it rusts, okay? And I'm telling you from experience, because we experienced this back in the spring with a client.
It can, but it takes a
The
while.
Charmin told, the client bought the house, young couple, just got married, hadn't lived in the house 3 days until they had to move out. They was feeding that cast iron, that Charmin toilet paper, and the house was vacant when they bought it, had been vacant for a while. Pipes corroded, Charmin toilet paper swelled up, water backed up going through the house.
Oh, man.
Bad situation, okay? They had to call, and prior to home inspection headquarters, we didn't have access to sewer scopes. We do now. But they had to call a plumber to come out and pull a toilet. He scoped it, there it was, wide open. You could see the rust, you could see the clog. He takes the scope and pushes the clog out to the sewer in the street. $325. Okay, so I got a little personal with you to say this. I'm not here to sell toilet paper. Okay, use whatever you want to. Use whatever makes you feel good. But be cognitive of the fact if you go into an older home with a client, to keep in mind of sewer scopes and this warranty, okay? I will say this, if your client gets a sewer scope with their home inspection, this warranty goes from 90 days to 180 days. It doubles, okay? This warranty here, let's say that it's a septic system. Septic system's got the drain lines. We've actually filed claims on this and they've paid for drain lines. Okay, they will pay up to $2,000 per occurrence
Oh, wow.
and a $4,000 aggregate. Now, let me say this to you. Anybody that's ever dug up drain lines or dealt with anything like that, it's expensive, okay? Your client, as far as a deductible, would be responsible for $300. After they pay the $300 deductible, the warranty company will pick up and pay up to $2,000 per occurrence, $4,000 aggregate. Now, again, they will not cover clogs. I pushed and pushed and pushed with the warranty company, and they've got it in the 90-day warranty, and they've got it in here that they will not pay for clogs. And I mean, I could see that, in a sense, but here's the thing. If you get a sewer scope, then you'll know if there's any foreign object in that line or not. I guess people wonder what the price of a sewer scope is, $229. That's a whole lot cheaper than $300 to $400 from a plumber coming out and doing the same thing. And you look at the added value, it's added 90 more days to that warranty. So, in this, claims process is still the same, nothing changes.
We're also working on all the inspectors having scopes
On the trucks.
on the
Yeah.
trucks, so that way everybody can get it done when it needs to be done.
Yeah. Any questions regarding the sewer guard warranty? All right, the last warranty I'm gonna talk to you about is mold. How many of you have allergies here? It's terrible, isn't it? Mold is terrible with allergies. Absolutely terrible.
Here, Mike's a chair. Here.
And this warranty here only covers if mold shows up after we do the inspection. Now, let me say this. We do mold test. We do have that capability, $250 to do a mold test. Send it off to a lab, we can let you know real quick. Okay? Let's say you don't. Well, we all know in general what mold consists of and how that it derives to that stage. Moisture and heat. Okay? Now, if Marcos does an inspection, you all don't opt, the client does not opt to do a mold test. And he sees something that's not mold, but could lead to that direction. Okay, folks, that's considered pre-existing. They will not pay. Anything that's pre-existing, they will not pay. However, if the report's clean, there's no sign of fungal growth or anything like that, no mold test, or even if there is a mold test and there's no mold, and mold shows up 45 days out, they will help pay for mold remediation. Now, has anybody ever had mold remediation done or know anybody? It's pretty pricey. It's pretty expensive. The client, again, will be responsible for the first $300 of repairs, and they will pay up to a $2,000 aggregate. This warranty is 90 days. So as long as it happens within that 90 days, then we can file it and they'll pay. And again, I keep reiterating this, if there's any inclination that's listed in that report that something's pre-existing, they're gonna have a copy of the report. They're gonna look at it. And if it's there, they're gonna say no. But, again, if your client gets a mold test, it's yes or no. If it's a no, and mold shows up within 90 days after the inspection, your client's covered when it comes to mold remediation. Does anybody have any questions regarding the mold warranty? Okay, if you turn to the next page, a lot of clients really love this. Every appliance in the home has got a data plate on it. We take that data plate, take a picture of it, put that information into a database, and it lets your client know if there's ever been a recall on any appliance in that home. Okay? Well, what if let's say client's been in the home 3 months, microwave goes, they get a recall, guess what? Your client's gonna be notified. Well, what does the client do at that point? Your client will be notified via email. What does the client do at that point? The client takes that information and goes back to the manufacturer. And it's at that point, it's the manufacturer's responsibility to make it right with your client. Again, that's at no additional cost to your client. Again, your client receives this at the end of the inspection. They have this. Our goal is to make sure that your client, when your client leaves the inspection, if they are there present, that they leave with more than just a home inspection. That's our purpose and that's our goal. Now, with this, there's a concierge service. Your client will be contacted 2 weeks. They can opt out of being contacted if they choose. But here's the benefits of the concierge service. They can extend these warranties beyond the 90 days if they choose. They will have to pay, but they do have that option. They also have the option to use the concierge service to help getting utilities switched over. They have the capability of helping them find internet providers, utility providers in the area for like internet, phone, and stuff like that. Again, your client will be notified via email first. They can opt out of that. If they choose not to opt out of that, they will receive a phone call. And in that phone call, the concierge service will bring this information up and say, you can extend this warranty if you so choose. We've got information in here of our full concierge service. It's on page 6 of the booklet. One thing that we do strongly encourage too is annual maintenance inspections. How many of us here go to the doctor once a year for what we call a well check? Anybody?
Not that age yet.
Well, I'll share this with you, and this is me personally. I never, hardly ever went to a doctor. Hardly ever was sick until a year ago, and I'm 36 years old, and I developed a blood clot. in my leg. I went for my well check. My doctor found it, sent me to a specialist, and I have a blood clotting disorder. That's how critical that our well checks are for us as humans. But what about our house? What about our house? How many of us want our home to last as long as we do? That's the message we try to relay to clients. They may keep the house for the rest of their life, or they may not. But an annual maintenance inspection can really head off problems. What's another benefit of an annual maintenance inspection? Let's say that client don't plan on keeping that house for 5 years. A lot can happen in 5 years if it's not checked. You do an annual maintenance inspection every year. You head the problems off when it comes time to sell. The buyer's agent can't come back and say, well, my client says you're gonna fix A, B, C, and D. It can leverage the seller. Well, I don't, I've got an annual maintenance inspection every year for the last 5 years. Here's the reports. That's why I'm asking what I'm asking for the price. But that's one of the benefits of this. But again, this guide is given to each client that you have that we do a home inspection for. Now, there's a flyer in there it's our ancillary services flyer. And if you wanna write these prices down, I don't have a price list to hand out, but I can give you the pricing on some of our ancillary services. Termite, $75. Radon, $150. Sewer scope, $229. Mold testing, $250. And one thing that I didn't touch on, but any of you's working with clients that's getting VA loans, what's some of the requirements of a VA loan?
Termite inspection.
Termite inspection, and if there's a well water testing. We do that as well. The well water testing, we use a lab in Oak Ridge, called Assure Bio Labs. 48 hours, we've got your results, got your test results back to you, and you're looking at $250 for that. And that's for the VA loans. Now, for the loaded one, what's your average price or what's your home inspection prices start at? Our home inspection price, 1,500 square foot home, starts out roughly at $381.
With
Now,
all the warranties.
so that comes with all the warranties. Now, our average price is around $515. And now listen, that includes the whole ancillary service purchases and everything like that. It's all into one pot. We divided it out and it averaged out to about $515 with that. We talked about time being of an essence. How many of you all would like to have access to look at your phone and see our calendar?
That'd be huge. Yeah.
We have that. You say, well, what do I have to do? Before I leave here today, I'll need a business card. I'll get you set up. You'll receive a text with a link in there. You open it up and it's what's called your real estate dashboard. And it's yours. You can't see nobody else's. Nobody else can see yours. But you can view our calendar. You can book inspections from our calendar through that. But a lot of people like to call, and I call her Mama Lisa. Mama Lisa is phenomenal. She, as I said earlier, she is the mortar that keeps the bricks together, okay?
Amen.
Yes. I learned this a little over a week ago. She was on vacation. I was asked to pinch hit for her, and just let me say this, you cannot pinch hit for Mama Lisa. So, but I tried, and we lived, thank God, we're still here. Thankful for that. But you can call Lisa. Marcos and I are getting business cards made up. We have changed our logo a little bit. But I want you to write these numbers down as I give them to you. The first phone number I'm going to give to you is our office number, which Lisa will answer. And it's area code 865-523-6200.
That's the one on our affiliate page that you all have access to.
Marcos, his phone number is 865-924-8528. Yeah, I'm normally pretty good with numbers. And my phone number is 865-719-2590. I'm accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
And again, Sydney, Jesse.
Yes. And if you need anything, I've had agents call at 11 o'clock at night. I'm okay with that. I've had agents text me at midnight and after. I'm okay with that. We work for you and your client. But does anybody have any questions, comments, or even deep-seated emotions regarding the presentation? If you do, if you've got questions now, ask them. If I don't know the answer, I'll do my best to get them. If it's something technical related to a home inspection, Marcos, I will say this, I am not a licensed home inspector. I am not, I did ask when I was hired, and I was, do I need to get my inspector's license? I was told no. I just need you to get out and present our material to agents. I said, just so I know where we're going. But questions, comments? Again, if you've got deep-seated emotion, I'll do my best to work with that as well. Well, I do, on behalf of National Property Inspection Headquarters, Marcos, and myself, we appreciate the opportunity. You all have been great to work with, and we really appreciate that. If you need anything, we are accessible. Again, we are at your disposal. So with that being said, that is all I have for my presentation. I hope you enjoy the food. Again, we appreciate being able to sponsor your office and try to work with you all. And if it's okay, I will go ahead and do my housekeeping picture and video, if that's okay.
Mhm. No, you're not.
Hey, if I do, you do.
Let me see if Callie can come back
Okay.
in. And thank you for being here, Sydney.
Oh, you're
I'm gonna
welcome.
finish up our